Hello everyone, this is Calm Gamer, and today we're going to talk about Metroid Other M. Now, some people... Sorry. Some people consider Other M to be a mixed, actually not a mixed bag, but it is a pile of crap. And I admit there are some times in the game that the game is bad. But is it terrible? Is it worth getting? That's what we're going to get into. So let's go over the details. The game takes place between Super and Fusion, and kind of entails what happened to Samus before Fusion, before she got infected by the X-Parasite. So, in this game, we take control of Samus Aran. Now, Samus Aran, some people kind of say she's kind of a different from Super and Fusion. And I have to agree. There are some things that are different about her. She is not caring about Adam, and I can see why. And we'll get to that in a minute. But there is a ton of things that can kind of ruin the gameplay for you. And again, we'll get into that here in a minute. So, you know how every Metroid game has a reason for you to get back your powers? This one has a flawed way of doing it. You don't get your powers stolen. You don't get them basically taken out of you because your suit got damaged. It isn't surgically removed by scientists. Adam refuses to let you use them. Wow. And he just tells you, you only use them when I tell you, basically. And coming into the game, you think, Samus really isn't going to do that, is she? Yep. Even though she doesn't kind of like Adam at first. It's an okay game, but to give you powers at the beginning of the game and just wipe them all out, only for you to get them back eventually. I mean, there are points in the game, like, for example, there's a heated room in the game where you don't have the Varia suit. But crying out loud, Adam, you tell her not to use her Varia suit. That's like giving her a death sentence or something. Come on. I understand, like, the missiles, the super missiles, the power bombs. But the Varia suit is what keeps her from getting overheated in the game. And Adam actually doesn't let you use the power bombs because they're way too powerful. And that makes sense. You can destroy a whole room with it. According to SA2, which is a remake, which obviously Nintendo was like, nope, we can't have you remaking our game. This is obviously the remake of Samus Returns. It's like, they were like, nope, you cannot make a remake of this game. So, my favorite things about this game. I guess the bosses are kind of neat, especially the final boss, the penultimate final boss, which you don't fight until the very end of the game. Like, I mean, really, you don't fight it until you get to a certain part of the game, which you have to get 100% to do so. But you only get to do that when you complete the main story. I'm not going to go to spoilers. I'm just saying that if you guys have not played Metroid Other M and you're curious, I'd say go for it. But, and of course, the cutscenes, although kind of cheesy at points, like, we're constantly mentioning the baby. Can get a little annoying. Like every cutscene, almost every cutscene, she mentions the baby. She sees this little Metroid. She's like, the baby? Or she has a flashback, and she says, the baby. Like, wow, Nintendo. Like, really? We didn't know the baby died in Super. So, on to my gripes. First of all, the mechanic, the gameplay. The gameplay is good to an extent. But there are points in the game where you're basically running along in 2D with your hands like this, and then there's points in the game where you have to point the Wiimote. Now, this works in games like Super Paper Mario. There's a bunch of other games, I don't remember all of them, but Metroid Other M kind of ruins it. When you get your missiles for the first time, you have to point the Wiimote at the screen just to use them. Why? And then the storyline is, again, convoluted. It takes place between Super and Fusion. But they don't explain how Samus goes to, when Samus goes to SR388 to find this new life form, or why. And there's one boss in particular that, although I like his little form, it really messed him up for his giant form. And that's Ridley. Yes, Ridley, the big dragon. They make him into a wimp. You can kick his butt. So much easier than Super. So much easier than Metroid Prime 3. Or 1. Why, Nintendo? Why? But other than that, it's a good game. I would probably suggest that you try it and see if you like it. It's not bad. It's just, I don't know. I really tried to play this. I play it every year, even though it's not one of my favorites. I still gotta say that it's an okay game. Next time we're going to talk about the newest Metroid game, Metroid Dread. Like, comment, subscribe, share. I'll see you guys on the next video.